Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. And it's Chicago to start out. Pass to Havlicek. And the dunk by Havlicek.
Well, the gravity of Stephen Curry allows for him to find open teammates, and boy, does he relish the chance.
To the paint. Here's Davis. Good work defensively by Worthy.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Here's Havlicek, and the dunk by Havlicek.
And guys, Havlicek in a nutshell. Just constant motion, unparalleled stamina. This guy will wear you out.
Now, here's Doncic. Mr. Gobert shoots over Ewing, and once again off the mark by Buffalo. He takes it in, and Havlicek throws it down.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agree, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space. Doncic with the bucket.
We know this is one aspect that Luka consistently goes to. It's either in the paint or from deep. You've got to guard the long ball.
Now here's Curry. Middleton outside. Gobert with the block.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
Buffalo shooting their first foul shot of the game.
The line for the away team, Luka Doncic.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Reeves outside. Davis inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing. And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Havlicek, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, and among the many things to like about Hondo, he is strictly about the team. Willing to take on any role. He just wants to win.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 1:41 left to play here in the first. Down low. Here's Garnett. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Really nice decision-making by Anthony Edwards. If you're going to play in the NBA, you've got to read off pick-and-roll action.
And Adams sends it back. Pass to Irving. And that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Porter.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Chicago. Middleton outside. This is his first free throw of the game.
Second team foul.
That's good from Ewing. Both free throws good from Ewing.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Left side, Irving. On the wing, Porter. Back to Irving. It's stolen by Livingston. It's Millsap with the drive. The kick out to Spates. And again, no good by Chicago. Buffalo with the ball. Trailing by 2. Porter, no luck.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And it's Mitchell missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
That shot misses. Good work defensively by Millsap.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one. This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive, scoring the ball.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. 11 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. With 4 seconds on the clock, Garnett. Irving for 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's Chicago. They lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Irving for 3. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. Here's Spates. Scoreless thus far. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Buffalo trails by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
What I love about Steven Adams is he approaches the game with a level of physicality that sets a tone for his team. Outstanding defensively and growing offensively.
And so Adams nails both of them. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. High arcing shot. Outside Edwards. For 3. Irving, good. Irving's got his first 3 points of the game.
Unbelievable release from Kyrie. Boy, shot ready on the catch.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Away team ball. On the floor for the away team. Number 77.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Outside Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Can't connect from short range. And here's Bogut. Still scoreless. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Now here's Doncic to the middle. Here's Garnett. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
And how about the power there from KG? He can fly with the best of them.
Millsap in the corner, looking to end the run. Porter pulls it in. Buffalo leading by 4. You know, Doris, every so often there are guys that come along that you can build a franchise around, and Luka Doncic seems to be one of them.
There's no question, Kevin, and if I were putting a team around Luka Doncic, I'd want to have multiple vertical threats at the rim and shooters at every other position, because at that point, Luka is unguardable.
Edwards can't hit. So it's Chicago now. Edwards with the block.
Wow, great defensive play by Anthony Edwards, engaged on that end of the floor right now.
Austin Reeves.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, one of the more relentless players in the NBA, Donovan Mitchell.
Kevin, what I love about him is he loves the lead role. He feels very comfortable carrying tremendous responsibility on the offensive end. Donovan, one of the more confident players you'll meet. In the NBA, there is a high need for relentless scoring and skill to match that scoring. That is Donovan Mitchell. I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
That one falls.
Well, it's the size that Livingston presents at the point guard spot that's so unique. This guy is terrific. Finding the open man.
Oh, here's Edwards. Garnett high post. Here's Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Pass to Bogut. Shoots over Adams. No good off the back of the rim. Buffalo leading by 6. Booker looking around. Time called here. Buffalo decides to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Right side, Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And Curry has it in the corner. Middleton outside. That's good, and Ewing with the assist. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Buffalo leads by just 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Buffalo leading by 3. Let's get an update on Irving. What's the status, David?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for Buffalo let me know the status. And unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious.
Thank you, David. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
No, I mean, this is a big blow, and it will force the team to make some adjustments, not just in terms of personnel in the court, but in terms of strategy.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Pass to Gobert. Here's Reeves. The rebound by Worthy. Here's Havlicek. And Havlicek throws it down.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Gobert. Back to Doncic. Another shot. Gobert, no good. Chicago trailing here. Here's Havlicek. No good. That would have tied it. On the wing, Reeves. Inside. Misses off the left iron.
In order to space the floor effectively for his teammates, he has to finish that one, guys.
Pass to Ewing. Over Gobert. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Doncic looking it over. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Gobert with it. Stolen by Ewing. Middleton with it. He's picked up by James. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Worthy. Chicago making some changes. Time called here. Buffalo decides to talk it over.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. High post, Gobert. To the middle. Here's Davis. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:25 left to play in the third. Pass to Bogut. Back to Livingston. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doncic with the steal.
That's an awkward pass to try to make on the interior.
For Buffalo, they've been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
At the line for the away team, Austin Reeves.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
I love that Rudy left no doubt. Show off that power, Rudy.
Livingston, no luck. Buffalo leading by 5. Pass to Reeves. The 3 for Doncic. And the three ball is good. Doncic has got 7 points in the game. And here's Bogut. And Bogut slams it in.
That's a big, talented guy. Bogut does a lot of damage right around the rim.
The three for Doncic. We've got 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it's Spates with the rebound.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Now Doncic. He got it up. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's Buffalo up 4. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action.
34.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Chicago trails by 4. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
Havlicek with it. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Havlicek's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Chicago. Here's Irving, and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And so Curry will bring it up for Chicago. To the paint. Here's Ewing. That ties the game.
You could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Havlicek. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Anthony Edwards. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Buffalo?
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Edwards. The kick out to Irving. A shot that time, not on target. Curry with some nice D. Here's Irving. Down low. And stolen by Worthy. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Havlicek. Edwards with the block. Irving attacking. Up and in on the layup. And Buffalo leads by 2.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
Here's Worthy. And Worthy throws it down.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
Oh, the young gun, Anthony Edwards with the big-time delivery.
Havlicek outside. Great D that time from Edwards. Buffalo with the ball. A 2-point game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Irving. Pulls it up. Here's Adams. And Ewing sends it back. And it's Curry at the elbow. No good on the fast break pull-up. It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to Irving. And here's Porter. And here's Garnett. Moves back up. It's good.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Well, that's a big basket here in a close game. Worthy, one of the quieter guys on the floor, but his game is live.
Time called here. Buffalo decides to talk it over. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last timeout, Buffalo's coach talked to his team. Now, with the game in the balance, he had some encouraging words for his team. He said, this is what we wanted. We thought if we kept it close, we could pull it out. Now, let's go out there and do just that. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Stephen Curry.
This guy moves so well with the ball in his hands, and Doncic knows how to initiate contact and get himself to the line when he puts it on the deck. He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a two-possession game.
Curry can't get it to go. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
Anthony Davis. 2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
On its way from Curry for 2. It's in!
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Third personal foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. Here's Havlicek. Off the inbound, no good. And so it's Buffalo winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
front of your building. Sitting on the steps, feeling no feelings. Last night it was a cold. Gotta keep the devil in his hole. But you know how it goes. Front line every time it's sold. Flow, ready to shoot pro. 458 drop, playing bulletproof soul. Every few shows, I just buy some new gold.